Welcome back, wrestling fans. We are rolling along with the action here at the Elks Lodge in Barre, Vermont. Green Mountain Wrestling, keeping it going with Caged Mayhem. My name is DeLonge, once again with you on the call. A singles competition on the way for your viewing pleasure. Tag team partner for this matchup is Ruthier, Quick Lube, and Auto Service. More on that later. On his way to the ring right now, Strong Spirit, Gabriel Skye, coming off of a fantastic win last time we were here in the Barre Elks against the young, brash, upstart Ricky Price. Now looking to continue his winning ways. Also has a win from a multi-man match against both members of the Memory Museum. So this guy's got some serious momentum coming up behind him, and he wants to keep his winning ways going. Especially right here in front of the crowd at Barre Elks in Barre, Vermont. And when I saw this matchup announced, I got very excited. I don't make any, it's no secret that both of these guys are high up on my list of professional wrestlers that I thoroughly enjoy calling. And if you're not familiar with either, you're about to find out why. The Rabid Honey Badger, Ryan Mooney, on his way down to the ring, also riding a wave of momentum. Last time we were here, he won a three-way contest against the debuting Zach Zander and Don Freeze. It's an incredible matchup. Ryan Mooney proved to be the better competitor that day. A big win. So both of these men have a reason to continue their winning ways and keep going in Green Mountain Wrestling as the competition continues to heat up, and the ever-looming heavyweight championship on its way at some point, and everyone having their eyes on the eventual prize. Both of these men have a stake to that claim.
Ladies and gentlemen, this next contest is scheduled for one fall and is brought to us by our tag team partner, Roofier's Quick Lube and Auto Center.
Rabies for people.
Introducing first, in this corner, coming from New York, weighing in at 190 pounds, strong style, Gabriel Skye.
Always a fan favorite here in Green Mountain Wrestling.
And introducing his opponent in this corner, coming from his natural habitat, weighing in at 175 pounds, the Rabid Honey Badger, Ryan Mooney!
Although not typically a competitor looking to win the hearts and minds of the crowd, he certainly earns everyone's respect with his innate ability in that ring.
Y'all are for a big one right now.
Rabid Honey Badger has a jar.
I just want to let you guys know that I'm taking donations for the Rabies Fund. I'll be taking donations all night long. The Rabies Fund, rabies for people, okay?
Open your hearts and your wallets, folks. And before we get going, we got to make sure to shout out to our tag team partner for this matchup, Ruthier, Quick Lube, and Auto Center, servicing all sorts of makes and models and taking care of all of your automobile needs. Thanks so much once again to Ruthier, Quick Lube, and Auto Center for sponsoring this matchup and supporting Green Mountain Wrestling and all of independent wrestling in Vermont.
It's company policy. Company policy? Yeah.
I don't remember reading that in the rules and regulations.
It's in the ref rule book.
Oh, okay.
He must have not gotten the handbook.
Honey Badgers don't know how to read anyway. So
All right. The handbook was handed out to everyone.
Sip my water.
Okay. Keep you hydrated.
I guess he didn't take it seriously and take a look for it.
Okay, now you may ring the bell.
All right, ring the bell.
And referee Adam Brunton had permission from Ryan Mooney to call for the bell. And Ryan Mooney started off high energy as per usual. Unpredictable, wild animal in there.
Irrational, fierce, wild animals, all right?
I wouldn't call a fear of wild animals irrational, Gabriel Skye.
Surrender now.
Take a deep breath.
Let's do some wrestling. All right, let's wrestle.
Here we go, collar and elbow tie-up. Starting this matchup off. Very nice. Maneuvering to get wrist control. Gabe Skye trying to get his foot to the ropes, but Mooney keeping him in the middle. Beautiful chain by Strong Spirit.
I thought it was strong style.
Mooney now turning it around, weakening that link by taking the leg out, breaking the base up.
Oh, God. Oh, he's got a headlock.
And Ryan Mooney's so unpredictable, even he can't predict what he's going to do. He just changed his mind. You saw it in real time. He had a plan, and then he said, no, you know what, I'll do something different. Headlock cinched in, keeping it nice and tight. Not tight enough, however. Gabriel Skye turns it around. Variation of a headlock takeover. Now head scissors applied by Ryan Mooney.
What are you doing with your hips?
Momentum, Mr. Mooney, that's what it's called.
What are you doing, ref? I can't see him. Oh, God.
Bringing it around, keeping those legs hooked. Beautifully done by Gabriel Skye. These two are putting on a clinic right now.
What'd you do?
Listen, nothing a honey badger can't do, all right? Come on, let's wrestle. Y'all want to see a good match, right?
That sounds like a yes to me. We were already seeing a good match. Calling for a handshake, a show of respect. Ryan Mooney, he usually bites his opponents at this point. Looks like he's smelling him, trying to get his scent. His animal instincts kicking in.
I shouldn't bite him.
No.
Okay. All right, sorry. Okay.
Go for the wrist once again. Hammerlock applied.
But you were sniffing my hand. Oh, God, that hurt me so bad.
Mooney keeping his opponent off guard here. Turning it around. Hammerlock reversed. Gabe Skye now. Nice drop toe hold. Turns it around. Front face lock, but no, turns it out. Beautifully done. Escape after escape. Brings him down, holds onto the arm, turns him around. Hitting combination. Brings him back. One count only. Relentless is Mooney right now. One count after one count. Back and forth. The first man to relent is going to have the advantage, or the disadvantage. Maybe not. A stalemate. What an exchange. I love professional wrestling. Now Mooney. Mooney wants to show the respect now.
I'll shake your hand. His hand, man.
I think Gabriel Skye really hasn't any reason to sniff his hand.
But I'm not a wild animal, so I'm going to shake your hand like a professional.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, there we go. Did he say psych? He said psych. Headlock applied by Mooney. Sends him off the rope. No, holds on to him. Headlock reapplied by Strong Spirit. Shoulder block. Jumping attempt unsuccessful. Oh, went for the leapfrog, but Gabriel Skye had it scouted. Boot right to the midsection. Coming from across the way. Up and over goes Skye. Holds on, stays on the apron. To the middle now. Here comes Mooney. Shoulder to the midsection. Up and over. Keeping it rolling. Off the middle rope. Lucha arm drag. Clothesline. Takes the Rabid Honey Badger down. Oh, rolls through. Mooney misses the clothesline. Takes the boot and heads to the outside. Gabriel Skye, once he gets going, there's hardly any stopping him. He just strings one bit of offense after another together. Oh, wait a minute, off the ropes now. Here he comes. Mooney saw it coming, out of the way just in time. Mooney now into the ring. Calls him in. Goes to drop the elbow, but Skye, he saw it coming. springboard off the bottom rope, kick to the side, and a kip up. That one's for the fans. Gotta give a little something to the fans. Gabriel Skye is for the people. Sends him off the ropes, but Mooney hangs on. Tangled to the ropes, change of direction. Skye having a hard time. Oh! Pulling him into another pinning predicament. Both men up quick, go behind. Clothesline, take strong spirit down. This is when Mooney is most dangerous, when he's confident, when he's on top. When he's on the giving end rather than the receiving end. An advantageous position. Sends Skye off the ropes. Skye holds on. Pulls him back. Another reversal. Mooney hangs himself up in the ropes once again. Up and over goes Skye once again. Springboard off the middle, comes back with a clothesline. And now Skye to the outside. And Mooney's got that look in his eyes. Off the ropes. Holds on. Oh! Split the uprights and it's good. Gabriel Skye's eyes rolling into the back of his head there. Perfectly placed kick. Mooney sending Skye face first into the apron there. Kick to the chest, nasty stuff. Catches the second one. It's a straight jab right to the jaw. Might have even been into the throat. But a bad angle, I didn't exactly see. You know, Mooney's so scary, man. He has so much martial arts expertise. And he chooses to brawl like this. Keeps most of his tricks buried in his bag. But he can pull them out at any moment. Oh, no! Taking a chunk out of the scalp of Gabriel Skye. There can't be that much meat there. It's got to be really lean. A forehead's got to be lean, not anybody. Cuts him off, sends Mooney face first into the apron now. Now going to return the favor now. Our Gold Circle ticket holders get their money's worth here at the Barre Elks.
Just get back in the ring. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Crowd count along. Oh my God! If you can't beat him, join him. He hasn't beaten him yet, so he decided to join him. Oh! Headbutts now. Almost like a taunt. Like, you want to bite my forehead? I don't care. Here, I'm going to use my forehead to hurt you now. Skye stops himself. Back elbow takes Mooney down. Gabriel Skye in familiar territory. We've seen him up here multiple times before. Up on the stage in the Barre Elks. Oh, no! Mooney saw it coming. Nearly kicked him out of his boots there. Sends him back first, crashing into the apron. And Mooney's leaving the building. Mooney's had enough. Putting some distance in between himself and his opponent. Gaining some speed. Leg lariat on the outside of the ring. And Gabe Skye is feeling the effects right now. And you can tell both these guys still plenty of gas left in the tank. And Mooney is looking to empty the tank of Gabriel Skye right now.
My shoulder.
You can see the KT tape on the shoulder of Gabe Skye right now. That's basically a target painted on a nagging injury. Mooney, it was just a matter of time before he decided to go for that shoulder. I'm surprised it took this long, honestly. And you can hear the cries of desperation coming from Gabriel Skye. This strategy paying dividends already. Mooney now, waiting for his perfect moment, coming in, taking an elbow to the jaw, but Mooney's not done. Rising uppercut to the corner. Nasty chop. Gabriel Skye trying to escape the clutches of his opponent, but Mooney once again being relentless, not allowing him a moment of respite. Coming from across the way, World of Sports style, catches an elbow to the jaw, however. Oh, boot right to the jaw. Catches him, sends him over. No, mule kick from the corner. Rolls through and gets another couple of boots to the chest. Gabriel Skye fighting through the pain and agony.
Strong spirit!
Coming from across the way. Oh, what a kick right to the jaw, the side of the head. Beautiful Northern Light suplex, holds on, turns it through, picks him back up. Oh, Falcon Arrow. Gets the cover, hooks the leg, not enough. Mooney wisely rolls to the outside. Maybe not as wise as I thought. Here comes Gabriel taking out the Skye. Tope Suicidorino finds the mark on the outside. Back up top, might be looking for that Skyfall double stomp, but Mooney's too far away. Mooney saw what Skye was doing and rolled away. Changing direction, missile drop kick. Readjusting in real time, now going for the cover. A bit of a blasé cover, not a lot of weight across the shoulders of the Rabid Honey Badger. Talked about the deep gas tanks of both men, but now we may be seeing the needles going closer to empty. Crowd getting firmly behind strong spirit. Gabriel Skye wants to pick up that big third win in Green Mountain Wrestling. Now ascending the ropes, hitting the top. Mooney, prone. No, saw the Skyfall double stomp coming. Got out of the way just in time. Mooney sends him through. Double boost. Sends Skye to the corner. Sunset bomb into the bottom turnbuckle. Nasty stuff. Mooney feeling it, pumping through his veins. Heads to the top. Looking for shadows over hell. Shades of his traitor delirious. That could be no. Honoring one of his trainers, but not being able to get the job done. Going for the cover again. Skye, the adrenaline now, pumping high speed, and Mooney's had enough. Mooney.
Let's see how strong your spirit really is.
There goes the elbow pads. Oh, unprotected. Across the jaw. Sending a bomb right back to him, does Gabriel Skye. Both men laying it all out there, sending it in with everything they have, right in the middle of the ring. Mooney picking Skye up by the hair, laying a kick right across the chest, the solar plexus of Skye. And Skye's calling for more. Challenging him to give him more, since he's at the best you've got.
Stay the hell down me!
Talk about strong spirit. Skye just eating those kicks, devouring the force behind them. Forearm after forearm right below the jaw, looking for the night-night button. Skye sends one back. Not to be outdone. Oh! Indie kick. Breaks up the momentum from Skye. Here comes Mooney off the ropes. Oh, boot right to the jaw. Pele kick hits Skye. Back and forth. Neither of these men having a clear advantage. Kick to the jaw again. Rebound clothesline. And Skye is down. Mooney crawling over to the motionless body of Gabriel Skye, but doesn't have it within him to put any limb over him. Mooney realizing he needs to recuperate himself if he wants to get any further in this match. Skye digging deep. This is why they call him Strong Spirit. Referee up to a count of 8 now. Both men back up to their feet. This match ain't done. Both of these men have still some fight left in them. Double clotheslines in the middle. Both men hyping each other up. Oh! Skye gets the better of that one. Pulls Mooney up. Looking for that tiger suplex, but Mooney had it scouted. Off the ropes. Misses with a clothesline. Double crossbody. Once again, both men down. Incredible competition between these two men. They both want it bad. This is how much Green Mountain Wrestling means to both of these competitors. At any point, they could have said, you know what? I want to think about the longevity of my career. I got another booking coming up. I don't want to risk that. I don't want to be able to get hurt. They could have ended this. I'm just going to take the 3 and move on to the next one. But no, they want that win. They want it bad. They know how important it is to get the wins in front of this crowd. Double knee strikes. Shin bone meeting shin bone. Kneecaps being displaced.
Dislocated.
Mooney's saying he thinks he dislocated his kneecap.
You guys gonna be able to go on?
The punishment that both of these men are willing to put themselves through to be able to get their hands raised here in the Green Mountains is incredible. Mooney pulling himself up. Skye doing the same. Neither man willing to let go. Off the ropes. Rebound German suplex. Skye back up to his feet. Mooney off the middle. Oh! Hits the cutter. Mooney feels it. The end is nigh. The Rabid Honey Badger is about to go for the kill. Knee pads down. Skye sees it coming. Rolls him up. Oh, jackknife pin by Mooney. No. Reverses the pin. We're going back to this. Look at this. The core strength by both of these men. Oh, Skye has both of his arms. Double arm hook. Oh, kick to the side of the head. Rebound. No. Tiger suplex. That's the setup. Calling for the Skyfall cave-in. Keep your eyes to the sky. Double boots to the chest. Skye pulls him over, hooks the leg, and he's got him. Holy smokes, what a battle between these two warriors. Neither man wanting to give it up, neither man wanting to relent. Both willing to do whatever it takes to get the win. But today, Gabriel Skye was just a little better in that ring than Ryan Mooney. But what an incredible performance by the Rabid Honey Badger. This This right here is Green Mountain Wrestling, folks. And the crowd here at the Barre Elks in Barre, Vermont, showing their appreciation. Big thanks once again to Ruthier Quick Lube and Auto Service for sponsoring this matchup. Hope they were taking breaks between servicing people's cars to witness the absolute classic that we just saw. And a show of respect between both men. Mooney, Gabriel Skye, true professionals in the world of independent wrestling. Clark Dion coming into the ring to have a word with the winner of the previous match.
Gabriel, that was an amazing contest you just had. You've been here with GMW since we returned. Is there anything you'd like to say to the lovely fans here in Barre, Vermont?
First off, I want to thank Barre, Vermont and Green Mountain Wrestling for making this a home for the strong spirit, Gabriel Skye. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Give yourselves a round of applause, because this is not done without each and every single one of you. The people that see the flyers on the streets, the people that see our advertising online, the people that walk through that door and spend their hard-earned money to spend the day with us, separated from our families, our friends, our loved ones. We are here at Green Mountain Wrestling because we love professional wrestling. Very honestly, I'm honored to be a part of this historic GMW lineage, because from day one, you people have made me your champion. And I vow to you, I promise you, if I can have this for 1 second. He's a very lovely young man. Thank you very much. This is a promise that when Green Mountain Wrestling crowns their first world champion, it will be the strong spirit, Vermont's #1, Gabriel Skye. Please hang tight, sit down, enjoy the rest of the show. We got a jam-packed night for you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you, and I love you very much.
Gabriel Skye reminding everyone that he is absolutely going to be in the thick of it when the heavyweight championship is introduced. He says he's worthy of being in the title picture once it's introduced. I got a hard time arguing with him, especially after that big win. Folks, don't go anywhere. We still got a huge double main event later tonight, both in a steel cage. Green Mountain Wrestling's Cage Mayhem continues.